Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Desiigner. I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Diamonds on my neck, know I'm a big ticket. I be turning up, you know my team get it. Shorty, she be on that, make my
Yes, sir.
What's good? What's good?
All right,
what's good,
y'all.
man?
We got my man Desiigner jumping off the porch with us today. What's up, bro?
Come on, man. We here, man. Off the porch, man. Word, man. Love, man.
Yes, sir, man. All love, bro. Appreciate you pulling up on us, bro.
Word, for sure, for sure. Really.
That's what's up, man. Yo, man, it's good to see you, you know, out, back in the light, you know what I mean? Positive energy flowing. I know that it's, you know what I mean, been a long journey, an interesting journey. Definitely looking forward to just tapping in with you, bro, you know, tapping in with your story and allowing our fans and your fans, you know, from our platform to, you know, be able to get to know you, man, and get a better understanding of who Desiigner is.
Nah, for real, word, man. Desiigner, Bed Stuy, Brooklyn, you feel me? Yeah, man, for real. Music was a passion. Music has always been, you know, my go-to, got me out the streets, kept me out of trouble.
Yeah.
Word, this is the way to go, word. So I appreciate being here, man.
Nah,
word.
for sure, bro. So, man, you just said it, bro. Like, do or die Bed Stuy, man. You know, Bed Stuy is such a legendary, you know, place in music. What was it like for you coming up in Bed Stuy, bro? What was your experience like?
A step was like where I was at, man, on the porch, man. I used to, it used to be this one, you know, brownstones. We got brownstones in New York. So it was like, you feel me, this, you know, I used to close the gate, sit right there, work on my music, you feel what I'm saying? And like, just sit there and just be, you know, in my own space, you know, when I was younger, you feel what I'm saying? Word, so being on the porch was like pretty good, you feel what I'm saying?
Word. That was the norm. Like, y'all was off the stoop. With it.
Yeah, you feel me? Word.
Yeah,
you know
I could dig it, man. And New York has just like a different type of energy, man, where you step outside and I mean, you know, number one, being in Brooklyn, I mean, like there's so much like rich black culture, Caribbean culture, you know what I mean, things like that. But then it's also diverse. Did you experience like the diversity of Brooklyn, or was it more, you know what I mean, like more within like black culture, Caribbean culture, things like that? Like,
It was experiencing all type of cultures, word, man. Literally, you know, like just growing up, I have, you know, a bunch of friends, different cultures, man, you feel me? So just like being in Brooklyn was just like, we was all close in this, you know, I'm from the projects, you feel me? So like going to the stoop, I used to sit right there by my, you know, it was a neighbor, he used to let me sit on the stoop. We didn't even own the building, I just was in the spot like on some just, you know, vibing and word, just making my music, you know what I'm saying, making my music there, and it was a good time, you know, good place to be, word. So I always just around different cultures and stuff like that, just like, you know.
Man, I can dig it, man. And what type of guy were you growing up, man? Like, were you like into the music automatically, or sports, or like what kind of kid was you coming up, bro?
Type of kid I was, really just like, you feel me, I used to be in the crib playing the game, you feel what I'm saying, word, like, you know, cool with my homies and vibe out and just like, you know, just really just, you know, wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. I didn't really know what I wanted to do as a kid. I just was like, just trying to, you know, put it together. I'm like, yo, first thing I ever wanted to do was be an astronaut at the first time. Like I wanted to, you know, go out of space and see the stars and, you feel me? And it was like, you know, dope, you feel me? And then I just, you know, as time went, I wound up, you know, putting myself in like, you know, situations where I had to get money. You feel me? So I started figuring out, hey, yo, man, like, what can I do to really, like, get my money? What can I do to get my money, stay good, stay out of, you know, you feel me? So at first, you know, taking the wrong steps, really, you know, had to learn from, you know, lessons that was taught. And then after that, you feel me? I was just like, yo, I'm gonna sell myself, I'm gonna sell my art, you feel me? And word, it was just like great from there. I was just like started working on my music from there.
Word. So what were some of your influences as you were growing up, you know, whether they be from the neighborhood or even, you know what I mean, like other things that you were seeing and envisioning? Like, what were some of your influences early on?
My influences early on was really just music in general. Like I love just the sound of music. I used to like Twister. I used to like, you feel me, Yeezy, you know, Jay-Z right around the corner from where I'm at, you feel what I'm saying? So like, you know, when he dropped the Rock Boys, it was like, you know, Rock Boys in the building tonight, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it was great vibes, for real, and just like, you know, just staying in tune with music. And then I just wanted to just, you know, work on my sound and just, you know, build it around. So like, just music in general, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it never really was like a a certain sound, man. They just like bringing all type of music together, you feel what I'm saying? They try to make it lit, you feel me?
And when you were coming up, did you have like any big homies or even like big brothers or anything like that that was, you know, kind of showing you the way, even giving you game on just, you know, how to maneuver and things like that?
I had brothers around. They was like, yo, you feel me? Like my brother-in-law Sean, he was somebody who helped me make the name. You feel what I'm saying? A designer word. He was like, yo, you gotta design your name. You gotta do something with it. Cause I used to be in my sister's crib. You know, that's my sister's husband. So I used to be in the crib like, hey, yo, you feel me? Rapping, you know, spitting flows and stuff. And then, you feel me? He was like, yo, man, you really talented, bro. Like, you gotta, you know, take it serious. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, word. He's like, yo, you gotta design something with your name. I'm like, that's my name, Designer. Word, you feel me?
Word.
Yeah.
So what was your first rap name?
My first rap name was, you know, people in the block, they gave me the name Sid the Kid. You feel what I'm saying? So I'd be like, you know, going with Sid the Kid, you feel what I'm saying? But then my brother, he talked to me, he was like, yo, you gotta design something with your name. So it was Designer Royale, my middle name Royale. So it was like, you feel me? That's like, you know, Designer Royale. So I had wound up going to my little sister. My little sister, she was like, hey, yo, I was like, what's this, you know, you like my name, you like this name, what you think about it? She like, take out the Royale and put 2 eyes. So you feel me? Word, I just put the 2 eyes after my little sister, you feel me?
Word. No, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. I mean, like having family and people close to you, like supporting and, you know what I mean? Like being a part of it is just always dope. At what point would you say you jumped off the porch?
When I got off the porch, it was really when I was leading I was leading myself in trouble. I was like, you know, doing certain, you know, trying to be, you know, part of the crew and trying to be down, you know what I mean? I had like, you know, friends though, you know, that was cool and stuff. So, you know, I didn't want them to fight without, you know what I mean? If you swing, I swing, bro. That's the type of idea I had, you know what I mean? And really just like, you know, wanted to make a better way. So like round 13, 12, I got off the porch. Yeah. You feel me? Word. So it was like, you know, it was cool, like, you know what I'm saying? Just experiencing life like that and going through my steps in my journey.
Word, like really establishing like your independence and kind of like finding like who you were.
Yeah, for sure, word.
Yeah. Word, and I could dig that. And your family, you're Caribbean as well, right? Like,
yes, word.
Yeah. So
my grandfather from Jamaica, Westmoreland,
okay.
And my pop's side, they from Barbados.
Okay, word. And so with that, I mean, I got a bunch of Caribbean partners, and I know like household is really strict. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they big on just, you know, school and books. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Did you grow up in a strict household? Was that?
Really, like, you know, my mom and them was doing the best they could. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't have babysitters as much as I grew up. When I was younger, I used to have a babysitter, Miss Carter and Janie. You feel what I'm saying? Word, my babysitters. Word. And then, you feel me, as I grew up, you feel me, like, word, they was like, you know, my mom, had to, you know, do what she had to do. My father had lost his job. He had lost his lung, smoking and stuff like that. So, you feel me, and then trying to be a chef, lost his lung again. You feel what I'm saying? So, word, it was just like, you know, just me in the crib, you feel what I'm saying? Just, you know, trying to figure it out, seeing my moms go through the hardest times. I mean, pawning jewelry and making sure, you feel me, it was just like, you know, you feel me, we had enough, you feel what I'm saying? We could do what we could do. So, word, my house was strict on, you know, going to school, but you feel me, I still did what I did. I still was like trying to figure out a way and trying to like go to school and, you know, trying to make the best way, but I really had to, you know, figure it out for myself at a young age, you know what I mean?
When you started making music, do you recall the first song that you did and that, you know, like created a buzz for you before, you know, the massive buzz that we all, you know you for?
Word, it was really just like, it was Hulk Hogan. I had wound up doing a song called Hulk Hogan for some guy named Mitch Cavalli. My whole idea going to high school was really about networking, like for real, and really, you know, getting my craft together, you know what I'm saying? And word, I did this record with my dude, Mitch Cavalli, you know what I'm saying? And when I did the record with Mitch Cavalli, it was like, you feel me? It was amazing, you feel what I'm saying? We wound up, you know, straight after basketball game, I'm looking dusty, dirty, like, you feel me? Like, just really just, you know, trying to like, you know, damn, do I look good for the camera right now? Do I have an outfit? But I'm like, nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna do the best way I could. I'm gonna perform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm performing. I'm gonna give all my energy. I'm gonna make sure like I'm, you know, gonna give my best so people could see, you know what I mean, what it is, or where I'm at. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure, for sure. And you know, we've heard like you know, what is it? Like the story with Jay-Z and I think Busta Rhymes like went to high school together in Brooklyn. Did you like happen to go to high school with any other artists that, you know, are out now or prominent now or anything like that?
Nah, not at all. You feel me? Not at all. Word. I just went to school with just, you feel me? Me and my guys, man. Thomas Jefferson High School, man. You feel me? Word, East New York.
Word. And so I heard that for the Panda beat, like I heard that you only paid like a couple $100 for that
$250.
beat.
$250.
Wow. So how did you find the beat? Like, was it like, did you find it on YouTube or something?
So
or
somebody I knew.
Or back then, I think it was like Soundkick or something like that.
Nah, it was on YouTube.
Okay, word.
So somebody I knew, we was wound up, you know, he was coming to the house. He was like, hey, yo, you feel me? Yo, I got this beat for you. I want you to cook up a hook. I'm like, all right, bet, give me 3 days. The minute I heard the beat, I started snapping. I'm in the room, me and the guys, me in my crib, gang there, they like, yo, how you doing that? You know what I'm saying? We all standing up, we turning up, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Word, and it was like, yo, how you doing that? I'm like, yo, I'm just going with the rhythm, it's just calling. And first words I had was, I got broads in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was like lit, you feel me? Like it was just turned up and word, you feel me? Word. From there, I told him to give me 3 days. He didn't want to really finish his verse, you feel what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I'm going to, I like, you know, my mom's, so every Friday, I used to tell my moms I'm going roller skating, you feel me? So she used to give me $20. So I used to go around the corner, my boy Lat crib, he had a studio, I just be working on my craft in there, you feel me? Every time she give me the money, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, let me go over here to the studio, start working on the craft. And I had that song, you know, ran up, you feel me? We cooked it his sister had a whole birthday party, all type of stuff, you know what I mean? Mamas, shout out mamas. She had a sister, he had a sister named Mama, so they was in there having a birthday party. They closing the door, we had to put like our blankets, you know, his blankets and all that stuff.
Yeah.
On the door just so we could get the sound.
Soundproofing.
Yeah, just soundproofing. Word, and it was cool, word, we was in there cooking, word. You can see some of that footage on I Am Def Jam too, word.
Word. Yeah, no, that's what's up. That's what's up. So you mentioned that, you know, moms would give you bread and you would go to the studio instead of going skating. Was moms not as supportive of you pursuing your dream of being a rapper early on, or?
No, my mom, we ain't have it. So it was like, you know, she was just like, hey, yo, like, if it ain't making money, don't do it. Yeah. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So at that time, you know, I really ain't really want to even hear that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Ma, I used to argue with my mom, Ma, you don't understand. Yeah. This is the beginning. This is like how we got to start. We got to start from with nothing, and then we got to build this to make something. I got to build my fan base. I got to do stuff. She like, all right. So she started, you know, kind of like being, but if you ain't making no money, but my dad, for sure, because my grandfather, Guitar Crusher, if y'all don't know his name, you can search up, he's a jazz blues player. Went around the world, man, for real. His story is kind of like, you know, dope. It was just like, you know, just, you feel me? Possibly like, hey, yo, for real, like, yo, son, when I'm in the living room, I'm making the raps and all that, putting it together. He like, hey, yo, stop saying the word nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? Where he said, hey, yo, we want to talk about some, you know what I mean? Some good, talk about the peach pouch. You get me? So, words, you know what I mean? I had to work on my craft, my posse in there. He telling me, we having conversations. He like, yo, son, I'm seeing this is when SoundCloud just was getting jinking, and you could record the music off SoundCloud on your phone and post it right up. You feel me? You ain't had to wait for, you know what I mean? For a young kid, you know, I ain't know what Distro Kid and all this stuff was.
Right.
So I had to really, you know, understand, you know, all that when I got older. But from there, it was just like SoundCloud. You could record here and do it. So I just, you know, got the track Panda, you feel me? Through like, you know, learning how to build my craft with my dad. He really was like promoting it for me, you know what I mean?
Word. Nah, that's what's up though. And for Pops to challenge you in the ways that he did to, you know, like to up your vocabulary and to, you know, just have other substance and subject matter to talk about. I mean, that's huge, you know what I mean? Yeah, nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So at what point, okay, so wait a minute. First I want to ask you, when you said I got bras in Atlanta, did you have bras in Atlanta or were you manifesting?
I was thinking about the strip club. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, hey, yo, this right here, cause, you know, in the city, I'm young, so I'm watching, booming. I'm seeing, Future and them doing their thing at the time. So, like, real talk, like, I really was just like, just vibing out. I'm like, nah, Atlanta they got the bodies. They got the girl with the bodies. Like, I gotta turn up. So, yeah, I was talking about, what was lit at the time. You feel me? Atlanta was, still raining, still doing their thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, you feel me? Like, word, it was just like, hey, let me talk about something because I was really like the transition in New York of sound.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I was the whole beginning of the new sound there. Kids was probably doing it, but I did it at a level that was like, it went international, you feel what I'm saying? So like, you feel me? I know, and I know the sound, so I was just like, let me just tap into it like, something different. I didn't want to just give them the bebop New York rap.
Yeah.
I wanted to give them something, that was different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Panda beat don't sound like anything that's like, it came from London. You get what I'm saying? So it was like just having that whole sound and just like, like good vibes,
Yeah, nah, for sure. And so you dropped it, and how soon after you released it did it like just start just going viral and having all this motion?
Immediately. When I put the snippet out, numbers went up. Like, you feel me? This is when you can only get like 5,000 friends on Facebook. So I'm like, I bet, like, like 5,000 friends, I'm lit.
Oh, so you maxed out the Facebook?
Maxed out, you
Yeah.
feel me? I had wound up working with a manager, you feel what I'm saying? And, we had wound up, she was like investing into my shit. She was like, hey, yo, like, you good. Like, you good at what you do, you feel what I'm saying? So she didn't understand how Facebook even go jinking, you feel me? Like, she didn't even understand how it go crazy. So I'm like, I bet, like, I'm over here, I post it, I brung it back to her. I'm like, hey, yo, see this, check this out. Like, you feel me? She like, what? It's doing that? I'm like, yeah, all these numbers, look at all these numbers,
Yeah.
So now, you feel me? When I'm telling her that, she like, hey, yo, man, like, yo, we gotta do something with this. So I had wound up running to a team, Bobby Trends, Shake the Block, Hot 97. And we had wound up making some moves. Then it was just like, you feel me? From there, I'm going to his crib. He heard the record, you feel me? He like, yo, this is crazy. So my first show after that was Miami. Word, we took it to Miami. I'm on the stage, bright lights, looking like Mike Jack, brown Mike Jack. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Going crazy, you feel me?
Yeah, nah, that's what's up. And then in 2 months, and then what, like a matter of 2 months, you then get signed to Good Music?
Yeah, like 2 months, probably a couple weeks, like, you feel me? Like, word, man.
And do you remember, like, what was that experience like? And do you remember, like, at the point when, folks from Good Music, or was it Ye reaching out to you directly? Like, how did that work?
I think Ye reached out to us directly, word. When I got with the team to do name Noah, I think he was working on research, you feel what I'm saying, for me. But really, just Ye just had wound up, reaching out. He was like, yo, he want to do something. And then I got the word, you feel me? Tapped in with him.
Yeah,
word.
no, for sure. And I remember, cause he put a snippet of that on like one of his albums.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when that dropped, because like at first, people weren't sure, like, wait, did Ye just do something with Future, or did, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Even before connecting with Ye, were people already hitting you with like the Future comparisons and things like that? Or did that not happen until it really went like mainstream?
See, I'm an artist, you know what I mean? So when I first heard myself even do it, this is when like, this is like when Jumpman and all that stuff was lit. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, yo, like when I did the record, it's tones. I don't want to be too high on the record, and I don't want to be too low on the record. So I was like, I found my sound, and the sound literally came organically.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, yo, like, nah, I got to make it for Atlanta. Like, let me make sure I get this straight. I love Atlanta girls. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for sure.
I love Atlanta girls. It's lit. You know what I'm saying? And I had wound up, saying, hey, yo, I got brides in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, word, this was just like, you feel me, just making a vibe from there, like, you know what I mean? But people was trying to say, like, I sound like them back then and all that stuff, but I ain't really try to let that faze me. It was just like, yo, I'm making music, I'm a young kid, and I made it like, hey, it is what it is, like,
yeah.
You feel me?
No, for sure. I mean, I feel like it's, you know what I mean? Like, you have like, what Shine was to Biggie, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like you respectfully are like, okay, like their vocal tone is similar, but it's not the same style.
And that's what was coming out at that time,
Yeah.
Like he had like a deeper, a deeper tone. Not too many people was really, giving it with that cadence and had that repetition and that flow with it. So like, I just, I feel like Desiigner always sound like Desiigner for me. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like Desiigner sound like Desiigner. Like, he got his swag, but I got my swag too. You could notice the difference if we You know what I mean? If we getting played somewhere, you know?
No, for sure. And I mean, it almost created like, you know, some type of like some controversy. I mean, not between you and him, at least not that I know of, but just among just the fans and just the chatter and all of that. That early in your career and that being like your first, the first song to actually, you know, put your name in households and in people's minds, how did that feel or how did that impact you mentally, you know, coming out with your first big break, but then being compared to somebody else?
Felt great, you know what I'm saying? Cause I was like, hey yo, at the end of the day, like, if this something that, you know, if you comparing it to something, and not saying I went to be compared, I went to be my own have my own identity, but if you comparing it to something, that means you could groove it, you could slide it in the playlist. I was thinking like, you know, this playlist and how, you know, people like, you know, it's like trap music. You feel me? You got the fans that love trap music, you got the fans that love pop music, you got the fans that love R&B. You know what I'm saying? If it could, you know, get into certain playlists and like that, hey, yo, it's a cool move, you feel me?
Yeah, word. And what was that experience like, bro? You know, you having the hottest song in the country, one of the hottest songs in the world, you know what I mean? And I mean, that song took you all over the world, but you know, during the height of it, bro, like, what was that experience like for you?
The experience was amazing, bro. Coming from Bed Stuy, Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? Really coming from the mud, like, you know what I mean? From the block, you know what I mean? Like, just really just, you know, having that, like, you know, that motion, that movement, you feel me? Like, it was like, it was something dope. It was something dope to see, bro, for real. Like, you feel me? All around the world, every day, just traveling, new places on my Instagram, going places, still going places, you feel me? Sometimes I just jump back into like, you know, showing my places where I'm going and stuff, but like, it's a good vibe, you feel me?
What was one of the best experiences that you remember, you know, just from that time?
My best experiences.
Or maybe something that like you just did.
I appreciate it all.
Word.
Like, I appreciate it all. Like,
Yeah.
everything is amazing. Like, when you look back at it, you feel what I'm saying? And like, even Gucci, man, shout out, you know, Gucci, like, when I had wound up doing, for Swisher Sweets, we had wound up doing a performance for Swisher Sweets, and I went into his tour bus, and he like, yo, D, what I want you to do out of all this, bro, is appreciate it. Just appreciate it. I looked at him, said, right. I really ain't understand at the time, I'm just moving. Yeah. But as I got older, that him saying appreciation, you know what I mean, was really good. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel that, you know, now as you look back at those times, do you feel like did you take the time to appreciate it at the time?
I was appreciating it, yeah, but I was young. You know, I'm excited to be in front of Gucci, like we vibing, like, you know, like knowledge, it's like sometimes to some people, to me, I feel like just to me, like, you know, just not even talking about anybody else, but just for me, you know, some things in life didn't hit me when I heard it, but I always resonated in the back of my head. It's like, it's not saying I ain't listening, but I had that knowledge right there in the back of my head, and then, like, you feel me, a day come by, and I was like, wow, this, you know, Gucci just told me that it was lit, you feel what I'm saying? Like, word, you know, like, appreciate this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you had the type of debut that, I mean, every artist, you know, dreams of. I mean, you know, if I were to compare this to sports, you know what I mean? It's like coming in your rookie year and, you know what I mean, like winning the finals or winning the Super Bowl.
Playing in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What was that experience like, being from New York, that being such a legendary place, and then you rocking out these types of arenas like that,
Word,
man?
for real, it was amazing, man, sitting there, seeing the whole good music, coming in the building, vibing out, you feel what I'm saying? And just, you know, seeing, you know, Thug was on the stage. I think Thug was on the stage, you know, in Yeezy. I'm, you know, sitting there, you know, modeling the Yeezy and stuff, and I'm like, yo, like, you know, Panda going on. I'm like, it's crazy, you feel what I'm saying? But I'm just sitting there, it's like, this, you know, embracing it, staying in the middle of it, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, geeking, seeing Yeezy and them geeking, but I'm like, yo, this is crazy, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted to keep going, man, for real. It felt like, you know, really being Rookie of the Year, MVP, all that, player of the game, all that. It was like, you feel me, like, word, being number one like that, coming in the game like that.
Nah, for sure. And how much pressure was it on you at that time to, you know, deliver more? You know what I mean? Deliver another Panda, to deliver, you know what I mean?
Like, word, It really was like, yo, I'm gonna just keep giving all I got. You feel me? It really was like keep giving all I got. Learning at this stage, you know, really how to like, you know, be in the middle, not getting too high on the highs, not getting too low on the lows, just stay in the middle of things. Yeah. And like, you feel me? It was really like, you know, hey yo, I got Timmy Turner next. You feel what I'm saying? When we went to XXL, we wound up doing Timmy, and it was just like, yo, just stay creative, stay in my, you know, and build my fan base, work with my fan base, work with God delivering me. And you feel me, I'm gonna work with that and then, you know, keep molding and keep building and make it bigger and bigger.
Word. And Timmy Turner, that came and was a smash as well. You know what I mean? What would you say is all right, what were like some of, you know, your best experiences or just some memorable experiences working with Ye, and, you know, someone who like cares so much about the craft and like who's, you know what I mean, just on such a, you know, high plane creatively. Like what was that experience like, and did you get any like advice or any lead by example type of advice from being around him?
Really just you know, just seeing his work ethic, you know what I'm saying? For sure. Seeing him doing the shoes and seeing him work on the music at the same time, really putting all that in one space, you know what I mean? And, you know, bringing certain artists in the room and having us all, you know, work on the project as he's doing that, just, you know, having his, you know, his situation together and really just like, you know, something he always told me, hey, yo, when I'm riding in the car, this is what I like to hear, you know what I'm saying? So just things like that, but really just seeing his work ethic, you know what I'm saying? Like, word.
Yeah, no, I can dig it. Now, you know, through like since the beginning of your career, like I've always noticed that you always talked about helping people and that being just something that was really important to you. And I know like during the pandemic, you openly like were helping, I believe like you had some tenants like in one of your buildings or something like that.
For sure. Word. During the pandemic, I was paying tenants rent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it was help for sure, but you know, tenants wasn't kicking that bread. I'm like, yo, you gotta kick that bread, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, yo, I can't be doing this. So that was one of my first investment properties after I got to LA. I had an investment property, you know, in Madison, New Jersey, 4 flat. It was pretty cool, you feel me? Like, you know, I had some tenants in there kicking bread, but they wasn't paying their bread, so I had wound up flipping it, you feel what I'm saying, after a while, because I ain't really understand it. This is my first property, you know, so live and learn. You got to learn, you feel me? And, you know, just, you know, when you get things like that, I learn, for me, like, always keep that and try to work a situation where they got to kick that bread, you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. But then you ended up teaming up with the United Way and like doing even some greater like things within just the community and helping people out too. So it's just dope to, you know, just see that, you know, even you as early in your career as you were, just being willing to help people, because it's easy to, you know, get to the top and then, you know, just be focused on that.
No, for real.
You know what I mean? So I saw like there was a point in time also where you did a post and, you know, you were making like a conscious decision to change your life. Like I think after Takeoff passed away.
Oh yeah.
And you know what I mean, you were like, all right, like there's about to be a new designer, a different designer. What did you mean by that?
So when Take passed, right, this is like a team that I was really like, you know, I'm getting in the game, I'm learning the game. You get what I'm saying? They was like the closest artist I could be like, you know, being with, you feel what I'm saying? So like, you know, I was building a relationship with them. It wasn't like hey, when I first got on, you could ask Shiv, ask Steven Victor, yo, who you want to see? Hey, I want to see the Migos. They took me out here, we linked up, and then from there we were just building, man, like for real, like Take was one of my guys, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I hit him on the gram right now. I hit him on the gram, he hit me back, you feel what I'm saying? Like, and like, I was just like, word, like, yeah, he just, you know, keeping me going, keeping my energy going. So when that tragic incident happened, you feel me? Like, yeah, I cried, you feel what I'm saying? For sure. But I heard in his, you know, I heard him say like, he'd never want me to give up, even if he was gone. You know what I mean? He'd never want me to get up. So it really just pushed me to keep going. You feel what I'm saying? Like, word. You know?
And you said this version of me is done. And then I saw that you started moving like just even like on a health is wealth type of wave, like just, you know what I mean? Just transitioning just a lot of things in your life.
Word.
At what point, At what point did you step away from good music? Like when did that happen?
Yeah, really, like, I don't remember like what year it was, but I think it was like around 2020 or something like that.
Okay, I know you dropped the Life of Desiigner album, the LOD project, and that was around the time when like what was it, like all of the projects were like coming out back to back, like Kids See Ghosts, Tiana Taylor dropped, you dropped. Can't remember if 070, I can't remember if she dropped, but I remember like all of you, you know what I mean? Everybody was like dropping right in the same time. But do you remember like at a point where you just felt like, all right, like it's time for me to, take my talents and just be independent and do it that way?
To be honest, yeah, I felt like I needed to, have right things around me to, to mold Desiigner from being, just a young kid. I needed that mentorship. I needed all that stuff to keep me going. Being down with no money, it's like, all right, I'm gonna figure out how to get up. But being up with no mentorship and no leadership and no, things like that, it's like, it's only one way. And it's like, you feel me? It's either, you keep going up for sure, but like, you go down from that, to me, $5 million is up. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So like, I gotta manage this and I gotta keep things going. And I just wanted that mentorship as I was going up. And you feel me? Just, having somebody, hey, yo, check on me, like, yo, D, you good? Like, hey, yo, do this, hey, put me on a little game, you know what I mean? So, word, you feel me? So I needed that, that space and that time to really like develop me as a person, develop Desiigner.
No, for sure. Because it's interesting because the rise to the top was so fast, from dropping Panda and just everything, happening around that. And it's like you went from being an underground artist to being an A-list artist, like that. Right. So then I'm sure that, you have people that may just be intimidated to come and maybe talk to you and share game because maybe they're not at the place where you're at, so don't even feel like they could actually give you constructive criticism.
Yeah, that could have took a role. Being the #1 artist in the world is a dream for many artists in the music business. It's not easy. It's, you see people go #1, you like, hey, yo, man, like, you feel me? Oh, people saying numbers all paid for, like, it ain't easy, B. Like, you know what I mean? And, I like being #1, you feel me? That could have took place, in some people, but just to really know a young artist coming in, from my perspective, for me, like, it was really like, what can I do? What can I do now that I'm #1? How can I manage this? How can I keep this? You know what I mean? But it's really just, God just gave me a blessing. You feel me? Like, really, God gave me a blessing and he wanted me to, shine the brightest I could be, And yeah, just taking it like that. You feel me?
During the time of the great rise that you had, do you feel like mentally you were in a place to even receive mentorship and constructive criticism and things like that?
I feel like the way I was articulating myself at that time, just being like, hey, like, you feel me? Like, people wouldn't think like I was dissecting knowledge. Like, I respect knowledge or like, things like that. They'd probably think like, you feel me? But like, that was all excitement, you know what I mean? All excitement, a little, shy, you know what I'm saying? For sure. Still like, just really just learning myself and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just getting comfortable with fame, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get comfortable with fame and, I give those, who, get on and just like, hey, yo, so what it is, and, it takes that. But Desiigner situation was just like, hey, yo, man, I seen this happen. I heard people doubt the record when I made the record. You know what I mean? And it was just like, you feel me? Like, I was like, yo, it's the time. And anytime I just get a little shy, hit you with the, like, you know what I mean? Like, word, you feel me? So now, the person I am now, for real, like, if I, misled you or who I was, I'm a kid from Brooklyn that really, appreciate it all. I appreciate it all, you feel me? And when the wisdom is getting given to me, for sure, I'm taking it. I'm taking it, word.
It's interesting because, the way that you break that down, I mean, it makes so much sense. It's like we almost need to, give you grace, give people like in these positions grace, understanding that, you were so young at the time. And it's interesting because when you reach a certain status of success or a certain status of money, it's almost like the age is like kicked out the window. You know what I mean?
For real, I had
You
to
damn
grow
near
up
got
quick.
people older than you calling you big bro. You know what I mean?
Word, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like dope, you feel me? So I had to like, it was like, and it's appreciation, man. So I appreciate everybody, for real, for real. It was like, yo, man, it's your turn to take care of your family. It's your turn to, to make the right steps, in which I was, doing certain things with stocks and, real estate, still going real estate heavy, and just, word, I appreciate the word. I appreciate y'all, for real.
Nah, that's what's up, man. What would you say is one of the biggest life lessons that you've learned through your experiences?
For real, just getting back to, don't get too high on the highs. Don't get too low on the lows. Stay in the middle. Yeah. You feel me? Word. Receive everything. You know what I mean? You're gonna get to the points where you get high. Yeah. You're gonna get to the points where you get low. But really just find that common ground, receive everything, and just appreciate it. You feel me? Even if it's coming a little wrong, just have good decisions, This decision making. Pray to have better decisions. You know what I mean? And word.
Word. Nah, that's what's up, man. So then a couple years ago, some news came out about an incident on an airplane. That, you know what I mean? Like, can you speak on that? Like, can you speak to just, you know what I mean? Like, what was going on during that time? Like, what?
Mom was everywhere. I was shrooms, DMT. Mom was everywhere. I was, trying to figure myself out, not really finding that middle space. I was really just like, gunning it, ha. You feel me? Even if I drop low, I never, boom, I just say, boom, boom, just keep trying to go high. So I just be like, after all that situation, I had to calm down. You feel me? Just really just like, hey, yo, that's when life started kicking it to me. Like, you feel me? You can't do stuff like that, D. Yeah. Like, you in a situation where you got the world in front of you. Even, for my guys in the trenches, like, don't get caught with a dirty gun out there, man. You feel me? Don't take it away from you. You feel what I'm saying? Don't, if the world's giving it to you, embrace it. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta sit back and you gotta figure yourself out. Sit back, figure yourself out. But don't throw that away, you know what I mean? Because in the blink of an eye, all this could go.
Nah, for sure. And I'm sure like from that experience, you seeing, I mean, even from all the experiences, you're seeing how quick people can, have your back and be rooting for you, all the way to, when you're not in that position anymore, then people shitting on you, one hit wonder or this or that.
Yeah,
then
I heard it all.
Yeah.
Timmy debut #3, man, So, but word, I heard it all, like, and word, man, I just, stay in the middle of everything, you feel me? Don't let that stuff bother me.
Yeah. How do you deal with the trolls, the internet trolls? I mean, because you've been experiencing it your whole career.
Yeah, for sure. I had times where, I got high on the highs on them, I had times I got low. But sometimes, if I'm, I like, back then, I really don't be doing that right now, but sometimes I'll play with them, like, you know what I mean, play with it. Yeah. But that's not really my intention.
Troll them back.
Yeah, kind of troll them back, like, hey, yo, like, you never been to the top, you never got to the top, you know what I mean, or little things like that, but like, all that stuff is just conversation, man. I try to really just stay in the middle of things the whole time, bro. Like, really, the best thing is, and now that I got my girl and she's pregnant, she around, so she, we doing videos. It's like, it's learning. It's becoming a better man than yesterday every day. You know what I mean? For everybody out here, and it's like, knowing not to, try to repeat them steps or them things that's like, keeping you blindsided from what God got for you. You feel me?
Yeah, it's an everyday battle, like, within ourselves, you know what I mean? Like, to be the best men that we can be, to be the best, like for our families, professionally, all of that. So back in November, you did announce that your girl was pregnant, you expecting a baby. How much has that changed your life so far? I know the baby hasn't come yet, right?
Nah, it could be in a couple days, like any minute right now.
Word, okay,
like
yeah.
Minute.
So how has that just already changed like your outlook on life and how you moving now?
It's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like, just like, you know, everything in one. Nervous, loving, passionate. Just to see them come into this world, you know, and show them the ropes, you know what I mean? Show them the ropes, you know? Yeah.
Do you already know like some, like I like to ask people who have kids, like, you know, what are some things that you know, teach your kids that are important, you know, other than money? Do you know like some of the principles or some things that you plan to teach your kid to value more than money?
Word. Value yourself and your mental, and your, you know, mental. Keep your mental good, you know? Don't let, with me, with my friends, I really don't like to talk about money, you know what I mean? Like I learned that, unless we got a plan and we got a goal and we about to, you know, move on it, but like, don't really let money get in between you and your friends and your family and stuff like that, you know? Always have love, you know? Yeah. Keep love there. Word, you feel me?
And your new EP, Be Me. Mm-hmm. I mean, self-explanatory, but can you talk about the vibe that you were in when creating this body of work?
Really, just wanted to bang. Wanted to go hard. Wanted to see a couple mosh pits, get some more mosh pits going. Like, and yeah, that's the energy of Be Me. You feel me?
Word. Nah, that's what's up, man. And then you, or at least I know it surprised me when I saw you on the when I heard you on the Sky High song.
Word.
And it was that's a really dope song. You know, Ye, Ty Dolla $ign, you, Sky High, 070 Shake. But like I said, I think that also surprised people because, you know, I believe at that time you weren't officially good music, but then, you know, still being...
I was good music at that time when we recorded the record. We recorded the record a minute ago.
Yep.
But Ye had wanted to put it out like, he wanted to put it out like, you feel me, now. Like, you know what I mean? He wanted to make sure it was on Vultures too, so I appreciate that.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. What else you working on that you excited about, bro? What else you got coming up?
Really, you know, more shows, more songs, you feel what I'm saying? More real estate moves, you feel me? Things like that, you feel me? Just getting my knowledge, man. You feel me? Trying to keep the water on.
Word, I can dig it. You been studying your 120?
You feel me? Like, you know, what's that?
I mean, shit, that's that whole supreme, you know, that whole supreme knowledge, you know, knowledge of self, you know what I mean?
Okay.
All that knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
All right, yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
yes,
My grandmother, that's what she always used to tell me.
Yeah.
Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Absolutely. Or what's one of your favorite cities or countries that you've traveled to, that, you know, place that you've been able to experience so far?
Really, I don't want to put a favorite and then y'all think, hey, yo, I ain't like the show there.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like, yo, I appreciate everywhere I have traveled, man, and still traveling to today.
What's one of the coolest places that you've been to where you're like, wow, like my music, my craft really brought me here, where you just couldn't imagine that you would have been there? You know what I mean? Like,
every place I went.
That's real.
You feel me? I knew I was going to get there.
From Bed Stuy, that's
right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I knew I was going to get there.
Yeah.
I just had to get there, and when I got there, it was just like, yo, just doing what I love got me there, so. Word, man. Everywhere I went, just appreciating it.
I can dig it. And before we get out of here, bro, what advice would you give, you know, a young kid from Bed Stuy, a young kid from anywhere that's, you know, pursuing their dreams and, you know, looking to, you know, step outside of their comfort zone and pursue their dreams?
For real, you gotta have the confidence, gotta have the knowledge, and the networking. Right there.
Yes, sir. I can dig it, man. Desiigner, you got any shout outs you want to give before we get out of here?
Shout out to LOD Entertainment. Shout out to Riverton, man. Word. Thanks for being here for me. You know the vibes, bro. Gang, we outside, man. On the porch, off the porch.
On my neck, know I'm a big ticket. I be turning up, you know my team get it. Shorty should be on that, make my freak lick.